Let's get straight to it. The Minnesota Vikings beat the odds and defeated the 49ers at home 22-17. I would have never thought that we would hold off the 49ers to 17 points. Props off to the defense. Shout out to the defense, Brian Flores. Great defensive plan. I want to give a big shout out to the offensive line. The offensive line didn't allow one sack. This Minnesota Viking team needs to show up every single week. Let's get a couple of dubs in a row. Let's get a few dubs in a row. Let's make a run. You know what I'm saying? Let's make a run. Big shout out to Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins played his behind off. At one point, his third down conversion rate was 9 of 12. Very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Jordan Addison at halftime had 4 catches for 95 yards. Very impressive. I believe he had, let's see how much he had all game. Let me go check his stats. Jordan Addison, he had 7 catches for 124 yards, 17.7 per catch, 2 touchdowns. Jordan Addison definitely is the Robin to Justin Jefferson. That was a very good pick by the Minnesota Vikings. You know what I mean? And it's not how you start, because Jordan Addison, he gave up that interception. Interception wasn't on Kirk Cousins. He just let what's the Bulls' name? What's the cornerback's name from the 49ers? Their best corner is Charvarius Ward. He just let him just take the ball from him. But he made it up throughout the game, especially that one pass that was a little bit behind him. And Ward thought he had that interception, but Jordan Addison took it back from him, and it was like a 60-yard touchdown pass. So he made it up. And it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I just love his attitude. He didn't put his head down. He just kept on sticking to it and did what he had to do. And he had a crazy good game. 124 yards on primetime Monday Night Football. Shout out to the whole team. Primetime Monday Night Football. They try to say that the Minnesota Vikings had no chance. But you could look good on paper. They have a lot of great players. Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. They have a lot of great players on the defensive side of the ball and offensive side of the ball. Even though Deebo Samuels didn't play, even though Trent Williams didn't play, they still have a lot of good players. And we showed up at home and we got the dub. So big shout out to the Minnesota Vikings for not giving up on the season. They could have easily gave up on this season, and they didn't. They showed a lot of heart. The run game did not do as well, but it is what it is. We got the dub. I would like to see it a little bit better. 8 carries for Alexander Madison for 39 yards. 10 carries by Cam Akers for 31 yards. Not the best, even though Madison's average per carry is 4.9, which is really good, honestly, for the 8 carries. He could have probably carried the ball a little bit more. Didn't look like that watching the game, but he had a pretty good day rushing. If he would have rushed it a couple more times, it would have been a little bit. Maybe he would have some at least 50 yards. 100. I'm so used to the Vikings like having at least 100 yards rushing or close to it, and just seeing them only have like our running back one only has 39 yards all game. I'm just not used to it. T.J. Hockenson. 11 catches for 86 yards. And the one thing about TJ Hockenson throughout this game, every time he would catch the ball, he would show emotion. He just let it all out, man. All the times he dropped the ball, all the times he fumbled, he said, it ain't gonna happen this game. That Viking blood came out of him. That Viking pride came out of him this game, and he showed why the Vikings gave up a second-round pick for him. He showed why the Vikings gave him a tight end historic contract extension this game. He balled out this game. Brandon Powell, when he was in the game, he made some big plays. 4 catches for 64 yards. KJ Osborne, 5 catches for 47 yards. He had that one drop. I'm like, oh, my gosh, how did you miss that? But overall, good game for all the wide receivers, even for the running backs, the running back screens, Cam Akers. There was one particular play that Cam Akers had, and it was a running back screen where perfect timing by Kevin O'Connell and Kirk Cousins. they were blitzing on that right side. And as soon as they blitzed, they got caught off guard. Kirk Cousins tossed it to Cam Akers. It was a first down, easy. So I love the play calling throughout the game. So shout out to Kevin O'Connell. Ty Chandler had a nice little screen too. Offensive side of the ball, they did their thing. Let me get back to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, I want to give a big shout out to you, bro. A very big shout out to you. 35 for 45. 45 attempts, 35 catches. He did his thing, man. He did his thing. 378 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That 1 interception, like I said, it shouldn't really counted for him, but, you know. But this was absolutely a great game by the Minnesota Vikings. Like, shout out to the coaching staff, top to bottom, special teams, even though Greg Joseph missed that extra point, even though Greg Joseph missed that field goal, it didn't destroy us at the end. We still got the dub. But overall, I love what I see from this game. And like I said, if we would have lost this game, we would have been thinking about trading Danielle Hunter, the best defensive end, in my opinion, in the game, leading the whole NFL in sacks. And we would have had to trade a lot of other players, but this gives us hope. 3-4, we are second in the division to the Lions. The Lions got the bricks beat off by the Ravens. Very bad. I think it was like 38-6 or something like that. They go against the Raiders Monday night, I believe. Let's get on a winning streak. It's time to get a few wins in a row, and let's make an honest run. And then time Justin Jefferson comes back, we're gonna be all right, man. We're gonna be straight. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Let's get to the defense real quick. Cameron Bynum made 2 spectacular interceptions. One earlier in the game, and then the second one that clinched the game at the end. Cameron Bynum, keep doing what you're doing. 8 tackles, 1 assist. Evans made some good tackles. Harrison, man, everybody was just doing their thing. All in all, the defense did really good. The only sack that we had was from Danielle Hunter, and that sack, I thought it was a fumble, but you know, he was down. But Danielle Hunter is having a great year. I'm so excited that we kept him. And this was a great overall win. So shout out to the team again. I mean, I'm excited again about this year. And I think that we have the potential to make a run. But we have to take care of the ball like we did for the most part this game, even though we did turn the ball over. But from that point on, we took care of the ball. And be aggressive on offense. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is going to be 9 or 12 on third downs, but if he can be somewhat like that, like more consistent on throwing past the sticks and being more aggressive throwing down the field, that's what we need from Kirk Cousins. His pocket awareness was so much better, and no sacks allowed again, man. Just got to keep repeating that. No sacks allowed. We were saying that the offensive line was the biggest weakness, but I don't know anymore. I think the biggest weakness on this team is running the ball. And I think this offensive line came a long way from week 1, and they're doing the dang on thing now. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about this win, and tell me in the comments below, can we make a run? I think we can. I know we can. And Brian Flores, I'm so happy he's our defensive coordinator. He has changed the culture on the defensive side of the ball. He has changed the culture on the whole team, to be honest with you. This team ain't soft. I don't think so. I mean, at least the defense. I know the defense ain't soft. And this offense, this is how good this offense could be. You know what I mean? On third downs, like, that's impressive, man. But, yeah. This is the end of the video. I truly appreciate you vibing with the bull. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. I'm out.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man. Yeah. They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.